Tonight about what caused an overhead sign to crash onto I-77, seriously injuring two people. The North Carolina Department of Transportation tells us a drunk driver hit the structure shortly before it collapsed Friday night. WBTV's Michael Ward digging deeper into how the state manages those signs. He's live tonight near I-77. Boy, Michael, this was a scary situation.
I tell you, and it could have been a lot worse. We're thankful those two people who were seriously hurt are alive in this. Meanwhile, a spokesperson for the North Carolina DOT called it unpredictable and random, but they say it could have been prevented if someone chose not to drink and drive.
Okay, guys, welcome to the video. This is Justin Paul. So on I-77 in Charlotte, there was an overhead sign that fell, and it crushed the vehicle, injuring two people. And thankfully, those two people are, they're in the hospital, but they're not deceased, and they should pull through. So thankfully for that. But they were saying the cause of this sign falling was a drunk driver who, chose to go out and drink, and they were impaired, and they wasn't able to, successfully make it to their destination, and they hit this overhead sign. And you definitely want to think about calling an Uber, calling a rideshare when it comes to going out and drinking. You definitely don't want to get behind the wheel, because the consequences of those actions are you can hurt yourself, or in this situation you can hurt someone else. So it's just very important to take your life serious and take other people's life serious. Be considerate. So if you're going out to drink and you're going to get slammed, or you're going to go have fun or do whatever you do, just make sure and now that we have all these resources to get to and from, you want to utilize those resources. And it's just never good to go out and drink and drive. I don't recommend that for anybody. And just because you think you're okay, that doesn't necessarily mean you're okay. So this definitely could have been prevented. It's going to be interesting to see what comes of this, whether it be a civil suit. But I'm sure a lot of attorneys in NC are going to find out who these individuals are who were injured, and be contacting them and trying to of course get them to pursue legal action. And I'm sure them themselves, they're going to want to pursue some legal action. Now they say that the road signs are checked every 2 years and inspected, so the NCDOT is not trying to take responsibility at all for this incident. I'm gonna let the video continue.
Transportation leaders are insisting there are no safety concerns related to overhead signs on the interstates after a sign collapsed onto I-77 Friday night, crushing a car with people inside. Like thousands of others, Jamal Locke saw these photos online.
I kind of couldn't believe it, because I'd never seen nothing like that happen before. So I was really just kind of mind blown about it. And my first thought was like, I hope everybody's okay, because it looked really bad.
The North Carolina Department of Transportation says minutes before the sign fell, an accused drunk driver struck the poles holding it above the interstate between Nations Ford and Arrowwood Road. Two people inside the unsuspecting vehicle that was crushed were seriously hurt, rescued by firefighters and taken to the hospital.
Call an Uber, call a taxi. Don't endanger people, because the roads are bad enough, and an impaired driver just makes it even worse. And terrible accidents happen.
That's pretty sad. I hope they're okay and stuff. That shouldn't happen at all.
While this was caused by a collision, NCDOT says it routinely inspects overhead highway signs. They're measured every 2 years, and depending on the type of sign, receive a complete inspection every 4 or 8 years. If inspectors find something, NCDOT tells us the concern will be addressed immediately.
It makes sure that the actual cities are making sure that they're keeping everything up to regulations and standards. But I feel like it kind of does show, don't drink and drive. I feel like it's really that simple. Do not drink and drive.
Maintenance crews ultimately removed the collapsed structure and sign by cutting it into pieces. Police haven't said if they made any arrests. As for the rescue itself, firefighters say it took them less than 30 minutes to free the driver who was trapped inside their car because of the sign. We are working to get an update on their condition, and we'll let you know when we hear something. We're live.
Again, it's great that these individuals are able to make it out of this. It says they were only trapped for about 30 minutes, but you know that's not accounting for the time it took for rescue personnel to actually get there to the scene. But like I said, it's good that they made it out. And again, it's best to not drink and drive so stuff like this can be prevented. You know, you hear about it all the time where people drinking and driving, they get into single car accidents, or they get into an accident where they hit someone else, and they're not so lucky. So you know, it's just best not to. I've never ever heard or seen anything like this ever happen. So you know, of course, it's like an anomalous situation. But again, don't drink and drive. I'm gonna go ahead and close this video out. If you like my content, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And again, this is Justin Paul. Peace.